Well, good morning, everyone. Here we are in Grandma's and Grandpa's Make Do homestead. And this morning we're going to talk a little bit about not only being economical about your gardening, but also the amount of time that has to be managed when you work in the garden. So, hurry back. Go.
Well, hello everybody. Grandpa and I have had a problem this week, the last 2 weeks, and it's actually been with our time. We've been wanting to come down to the garden in the morning and do videos of planting this and planting that, but with my time, I have to come down early in the morning before the sun's out down here. And with Grandpa's time, he's been so busy in the mornings with work and golf and house projects. He's been repairing the barn, had to been working on the barn and different things. So we've got the whole garden planted with no videos on how to. We do have one box left, and I do have some tomatoes and peppers that I haven't planted. So what we're going to make do with is what we have, and it's just a little bit of showing how to plant tomatoes in the eggshells. Things like that happened. I just have to say before we get to planting that I think of you kids all the time, especially when we lost track of our time here, how busy it is in the spring, and kids' activities and house projects and so many different areas which you're running and going and doing, that sometimes economical management or economically making do is not the hard part. It's just trying to even find some time to put in a tomato or two, but that's part of making do. You do what you can and enjoy it and be peaceful about it, and don't worry if you don't get it all done, just like I didn't get any of these videos made, or we didn't get them made that we wanted to do, but we'll do what we can. So I'll see you in the garden. Well, here we are. All the garden beds are planted. We have one left that we haven't planted yet, and we happen to have tomatoes and peppers that we haven't planted, so I can at least show you how we plant our eggshell seedlings. What you want to do is take them and crack the shells so the roots can come out. So you very gently just crack it open. You'll see there's a white membrane in there, and what you want to do is not be rough on the roots, although tomato roots you can be rough on, but most other ones you can't, especially cucumbers, you don't want to be rough with them at all. And that's why I like eggshells, because you don't have to take them out of anything. You just keep them right in their little container. They're going to get nutrition from the eggshell, and you plant them. But before I plant this, I just have to tell you, I just love working in the garden because it seems like you learn so much about life working in the garden. And as I was planting these, I was thinking how much we are like these eggshell seedlings. We can go about our life like all tucked nice and safe and secure, and like these are in their shells, taken care of. Life goes on. We have much to be thankful for, and it's safe and secure. But sometimes life brings cracks and brings breaks. It brings trials or pain or suffering. And these little plants couldn't stay happy and healthy and productive if we didn't crack their shells, because that's the only way the roots can grow into the soil. If they were all stuck safe and secure in here, the plants would never produce fruit, and they'd probably wither up and die. And when we have cracks or hardships or trials in our life, it's just like this. God is just so good. He works things for good, and it enables us to stretch out our roots and then stretch out our arms and our roots to Him, and to living closer in His presence, and to growing and learning to trust Him and to submit to Him and rely on Him. And it's actually a thing of beauty. And then as we have our arms outstretched to the cracks and breaks in our life, we grow stronger. And as we grow stronger and stronger, we actually can produce fruit from the trials of our life. And so I just love the little eggshells because they teach such a good lesson about the reality of growing in God, just like these are going to grow in the soil and produce fruit for us. So anyway, back to planting. Tomatoes, I don't know if Grandpa can get a close-up, but you can see there's all kinds of little hairs, little things coming off the stem. And you want to plant a tomato real deep, because all this area is an avenue for more roots to come off of the plant. And the more roots the tomato is going to get, the more nutrition they're going to derive from the soil, and also the stronger they're going to be in the soil against the winds and the elements and stuff like that. So you've got your eggshell cracked. The soil's all prepared. You can add more things to the hole, but I go for keeping it efficient and timely for me down here, and as little work as possible. So the soil, like we saw in the last video, is pretty well set up for good nutrition. So I'm going to put it in and then cover it up with soil and cover it deep, you know. So here's your plant. It's all buried, and that'll give it a good sturdy foundation, give it an avenue to get more roots going, and it's all done. It's quick and easy. And so we won't dwell on this anymore, because you have things to do in your time and I'll show you more about planting. Maybe we can do some other things. But on the way out, Grandpa's just going to show you what we do have planted in our garden so far. I love you all. Goodbye.
Well, I guess I'm back on camera. So I was going to show you a little bit about what's going on in the garden. I think the last time we went through was maybe about a week ago. So we've had quite a few extra things being put in the garden. And let's take a look at them. Here we have what Steffi's planted with the herbs, and in the back there's the pickling cucumbers. But I think there's basil and there's oregano and there's dill in there, and it'll be fun over the course of the summer to watch how it grows. And I'm sure Grandma will be down here grabbing little bits of it to put in her cooking. So this is always fun to have. And then this is lettuce and onions. And Steffi or Grandma has put in little, and it looks like some of the little markers here have gotten splashed, but there's spinach there, and here's the onions. We'll try to clean those off so we can tell. So moving on and helping Grandma up. These are what are these? I think they look like squash, and corn in the middle. You know, this might be kind of fun this summer looking at this corn. I don't think this corn is going to work. Grandma thinks it is, so we have a little bet going. All you people out there in YouTube land can bet on whether our corn is going to be good. There's only 2 little rows. These were all grown from seeds, and Grandma just wanted to get them out here in the garden. She's a big corn fan for growing. These are probably going to be 6 feet tall if they do work. And then moving on, There's not much to see here. We'll just move on to the next one.
Those are green beans and sugar snap peas, but they're not up yet. And over here are more potatoes and pole beans, but they're not up yet.
And here's another potato garden. And some of those potatoes are already up. So, oh, and then these are our raspberries, and they seem to be coming good. And I'm looking at these now and seeing that I'm going to have to start doing a little bit of weeding. So, thanks for tuning in. That's right. Thanks for tuning in with us this morning, and keep your eye peeled for the next Grandma and Grandpa Make Do Homestead. See you next time. Bye.